Hi everyone, it's Zoe from the Scratch team, also known as Zinnia. Today I wanted to show you how to make a scrolling background in Scratch. By the end of this tutorial, you'll be able to make a project like this one, where the background is moving behind your character. Let's get started. First, let's pick a character to be walking in our project. You can just click this button that says choose a sprite and then pick any character you want. I will pick Avery walking. So now let's make a background, but the actual background in Scratch, the stage, can't move. See, if you click on it, you'll see it says stage selected, no motion blocks. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a sprite and have that sprite be the background, and that's going to be what's moving. So I'll hover over choose a sprite and click paint. For drawing a scrolling background, the important thing is that this edge of the drawing has to line up with this edge of the drawing so that it can transition smoothly between them. So my favorite way of doing that quickly is just make one flat rectangle to be the ground, and then one other flat rectangle to be the sky. It's good for these edges to line up with each other, so I'm just going to drag this to here. And I also like to add some kind of detail that can be passing by. I showed this in my video on how to draw backdrops in Scratch, but one of my favorite tricks is just to set the color to gray, draw a circle with the circle tool, and then just click on the point editing tool and drag this point upward. Then you got a rock. So where did my character Avery go? She's behind this backdrop sprite. What we want to do is make this sprite that is the background be on the back layer. And there's a good block for that in the looks category. If you scroll down, there is this block. Right now it says go to front layer, and you can just click back. And then there you go. So now we want to make the background move. How do you move a sprite in Scratch? You might already know this, but in case you don't, let me show you. In Scratch, you control how far a sprite is from this side of the screen to this side of the screen with this number, X. X is 240 all the way over here. It's 0 in the middle, and then over here it's negative 240. Let me show you with Avery, because it'll be a little bit easier to see. So for Avery, if I set X to 240, she goes all the way over here. And if I set X to 0, she goes to the middle. And then this number, Y, controls how high up a sprite is. So we can use these numbers, X and Y, to move the background sprite. If we set X to 0 and Y to 0, that puts it right in the middle, and that seems like a pretty good place to start. So let's have it go there when we click the green flag. And then we want it to move this way. So we want to change X somehow. To do that, there's this block, change X by 10. Let's try it out. Okay, so that makes it move, which is what we want, but the backdrop is going this way, and I would like it to go this way. So for that, we just need to put in a negative number. Awesome. Now, I would like it to keep going this way, so I'll put this block inside a forever loop, so it'll keep happening over and over again. Okay, it moved, but now it's stuck on this side of the stage. So if it gets to this side of the stage, I want it to go all the way back and restart at this side of the stage. And now you might ask, how do you do that? I'll show you. We want it to do something if it's over here. So for that, we can get this if-then block. This block is good for making a sprite do something if a certain thing is true. And then you can go to the motion category, and there's actually a block that just says X position. And this block just tells you the current X position of your sprite, the number that's right here. So right now, we can click on this block to see what our sprite's X is. Right now, it's negative 465, which is just what we see here. And if we drag the backdrop sprite to here, it's 20, which is, again, what's right here. And now we're going to go to the operators category, and we can use this green less than block to check if the X position is less than a certain value. Let's see, is the X position less than 100? Yes, it's true, because X is 20, and 20 is less than 100. But then if I drag it over here, and X is 351, let's see if that's less than 100. There we go, it's false, because 351 is much greater than 100. It's not less than 100. But instead of 100, let's put in negative 460, because that's what the X of the backdrop is when it's all the way over here. So if its X is less than that, then we know it's time for it to go back over here. So this will check if X is less than negative 460, and then if it is, we want the backdrop sprite to go all the way over here. So I'll drag it over here and see what X and Y I should make it go to start over here. Okay, it looks like X is 465 and Y is 0. So that'll be the position I'll make it go to. And let's put this inside the forever loop. So every time it changes X by negative 5 and moves a little bit, it's going to check, am I all the way over here? And then if it is, it will go back to this side. So let's see, it goes, and then it comes back around. Nice. Now, you've probably noticed this big blank part of the screen. We will get to that. In fact, let's get to it now. So the reason this is happening is when our backdrop starts moving this way, we need something to follow it. So what we can do is we can make a copy of this background and make that copy fill in the blank spot. So the way to copy a sprite is to right-click on it and click duplicate. So now we have a copy of the background. Let's see what happens. So nothing changed, and that's because this second sprite is right on top of this one. Just to help you see it, I'm going to change the color effect on the second sprite. So they start at the exact same place, so they're moving completely in sync with each other. So to fix it, let's have this one, the duplicate, not start in the middle. Let's have it start all the way to this side. If I set X to 465, the main one will start in the middle, and then the duplicate will be following it. And that way it fills in the blank spot. Basically, both of these sprites are gliding across, and because we have two of them, the entire stage is covered. Now, there are so many things you might want to add to this. Let's say you want different scenes to appear as the character keeps going. You can duplicate one of these backgrounds. You can make this be something different, so maybe I'll delete the rock and draw a simple plant. And then what we can do is add a next costume block every time this background starts over here, and then you'll get to the background with the plant. So anyway, that's just a little idea of how you could make different scenes appear, or different worlds, or different locations, or anything. Anyway, that's what I wanted to show you today. I hope this video helped you out. There's also a link in the description to this starter project that I made. So if you want to, you could open that project up and remix it. I hope you have fun making scrolling backgrounds, and see you next time. Scratch on!